Hello, I'm Rex Littau with the Midday News Update. PNG Cancer Foundation ended their breast cancer awareness campaign with a Think Pink masquerade gala held at the APEC House in Port Moresby on Friday, 31st October 2025. Present at the gala were representatives of corporate houses, state agencies, cancer survivors, and friends of the PNGCF.
The PNG Cancer Foundation says for more than a decade, many have joined the foundation in pink ribbon launches and gatherings, which have become synonymous with breast cancer awareness, advocacy, and a cornerstone of the annual Think Pink campaign. PNG Cancer Foundation Executive Manager Kimberly Kapigeno said the campaign has transitioned into another level.
These luncheons have been instrumental in bringing together leaders, partners, and supporters to champion the cause of breast cancer awareness. They have been platforms for dialogue, education, and mobilization spaces where we've shared stories, statistics, and solutions. Tonight, we transition and evolve that cherished tradition. We present to you the first ever Think Pink Masquerade Gala, and thank you for being part of this legacy.
On behalf of the Prime Minister and the government, Minister for Health Elias Kapavore was present to address the Masquerade Gala. Mr. Kapavore firstly appreciated the work of the Executive Manager Kimberly Kapigeno for connecting with the PAJs and promised to support her in the work she is doing.
This year marks 10 years of the Foundation's tireless advocacy, a decade of service to our people through programs that have reached thousands across schools, workplaces, and communities. Initiatives such as the Healthy Teens, cervical cancer education, community outreaches, through Blaman have transformed awareness into action and broken long-standing stigma around cancer. For that, on behalf of our government, I say thank you very much to all of you.
The story is not complete without the experience of one who has been through it all, a survivor who was able to give her story at the gala.
But I lost a lot along the way. I lost several dear sisters. I lost my hair. I lost a breast. I lost both my ovaries. But I did not lose myself. The turning point for me came, I think it was during my second chemo session, when a woman walked into the chemo room, smiling, glowing, and said, "I am a survivor." That moment, I cried. I promised myself, one day, that will be me.
Indeed, the fight is going on, but this is 4 years on and Ms. Gahan is still standing and declares, "I am a survivor." Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Beta Ngahan is a brave warrior and survivor of breast cancer. She comes from West New Britain. She told of her story in the fight against cancer and the importance of having a positive mindset to overcome formidable barriers such as cancer.
I was restaged at stage 3 because it had spread to my lymph nodes. But I told myself, this is where it ends, not another centimeter. Now, 4 years later, after 4 surgeries, countless scans, and hundreds of blood tests, I stand here as that woman in the chemo room. I am a survivor. But I also know survival should not be this hard. If we had proper facilities, a one-stop center for testing, diagnosis, treatment, and psychological support, more of our sisters, our mothers, our daughters would still be here.
Pope Leo has urged students to do not let technology use you during the Jubilee of the World of Education on the 30th of October 2025. He called on the youth to become peacemakers and reclaim education as a force for transformation. Addressing thousands in the Paul Audience Hall, the Pope warned against passive digital consumption and encouraged students to humanize the digital through creativity and fraternity. He outlined 3 urgent challenges: nurturing the soul, navigating technology wisely, and fostering peace through education. Pope Leo will preside over a holy mass in suffrage of his predecessor and other departed church leaders on October 3rd at St. Peter's Basilica. The Jubilee continues with events honoring Pope Francis and promoting inclusive global education. Settlers of Bushwara settlement in Port Moresby, affected by the recent eviction carried out on Poston 2156, 2157 and 2159, have launched an association to drive their resettlement agenda. Yesterday, Moresby North East MP John Cowper launched the Bushwara United Community Voice Inc. in Port Moresby. Cowper said the association marks it easier for community to work with the government and development partners to find solutions and resettle those affected by the eviction.
Block number 1, super record of them 937 houses society week long. Bushwara eviction. Now you come a weekend. Government looks away. International community looks away. The United Nations too all looks away. The national government put in 25 million kina. Relocation exercise blah.
Purposely. Lo give me la strong. Lo give me la one bla body. Lo you me lo come sana bla one bla umbrella. Now you me walk what a member blo you me. Now you me pressure in this la course blo you me.
Papua New Guinea has implemented a range of initiatives to support indigenous businesses and entrepreneurs. At the ministerial dialogue with indigenous people, Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tachenko said Papua New Guinea highlights the importance of indigenous economic empowerment for sustainable and inclusive growth. Minister Tachenko is part of the PNG ministerial delegation to the 32nd APEC Summit in the Republic of Korea. He said the PNG government has supported initiatives such as the government's small to medium enterprises grant programs. He said there are infrastructure and economic corridor programs such as PNG Connect and Special Economic Zone, which can create opportunities for indigenous entrepreneurs. Turning abroad, the Albanese government has publicly backed Donald Trump's efforts to break Chinese grip on the critical minerals essentials for America's defense and technology sectors. But what's less spoken about is Australia's role in supplying China with the minerals vital for its military build-up.
From a strategic perspective, critical minerals are really vital. The demand for them is rising, but for so many, China controls the market. While the rest of the world slept, China built end-to-end supply chains. The rest of the world's woken up now.
This vast expanse of mineral sands north of Perth is rich in zirconium, an element vital to China's military build-up. Australia has the world's largest reserves, but China dominates processing.
Well, we're in the middle of one of the world's largest fields for heavy mineral sands.
We've come to meet Adjunct Professor Ian Satchwell, one of Australia's leading authorities on critical minerals.
What's the significance of this area?
Heavy mineral sands generally come out of come out of volcanoes, been worn down into sand, stirred by the sea and the tides over many, many millions of years, and not degraded. So they are very robust minerals. Well, zirconia has a wide range of uses, everything from whitening our bathroom tiles and our basins and toilets, through to sheathing nuclear fuel rods.
China needs zirconium, and lots of it. With a melting point of more than 1800 degrees, it's used in the protective coating for hypersonic missiles that travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound. It's also a vital ingredient in the nuclear fuel cycle.
Zircon exists in some places in abundance, particularly in Australia, but in other places like China, they have very little or none of it.
In sports, the PNG Peppers edged out Malaysia 56-53 in a nail-biting press at the Single Life Nations Cup yesterday in Singapore. A strong showing from the PNG Peppers when they held off a tough contest in a close scoreline. The PNG Peppers show their dominance to win the final quarter as scores were kept at bay.
The second game of the day was a thrilling encounter that saw 2023 finalist Papua New Guinea Peppers go neck and neck with reigning champions Malaysia. A bright start from the Malaysian team kept them on the front foot as they led 29-28 in the first half. But errors started creeping in, and the new-look Peppers, with only goal attack Kala Ali remaining from the 2023 squad, proved more alert as they capitalized on those errors. Peppers' handful of debutants were superb on the day. Despite having a lower conversion rate of 80% compared to 28th ranked Malaysia's 84%, world number 33 Papua New Guinea held on to snatch a 56-53 win. In the first 2 quarters, PNG trailed 15-16 and 28-29 at halftime. Peppers regrouped in the third quarter to take a 2-point lead, 42-40. The final quarter was a tough test for the Peppers as they kept their defense close at hand to win by a narrow 56-53. In the other matches, Kenya beat Singapore 57-24 and Singapore A thrashed Isle of Man 61-37. PNG plays host Singapore today. The Netball tournament runs from November 2 to the 8th with 5 nations participating. Susan Oriape, TVWAN Sports.
Jamie Mellam will ride Melbourne Cup favourite Half Yours, trying to become the second female jockey to win the famous race. Mellam is confident Half Yours would handle the 3,200-metre distance and the forecast rain would be an advantage. Attempting to become just the second female jockey to win Australia's most famous horse race, Mellam has spoken confidently about her horse ahead of Tuesday's Melbourne Cup. Forecasts predicted plenty of rain around Melbourne on Monday and Tuesday, but it was fine by her. Half Yours has 7 wins from his 14 career races, including last month's Group 1 Caulfield Cup and September's Group 3 Naturalism Stakes, also at Caulfield. If Half Yours wins at Flemington's racecourse on Tuesday, he will be the 12th horse to win the Caulfield Cup and Melbourne Cup in the same year. Thanks for your company. Join us at 6 for the main bulletin.